Hey folks, how's it going? Mark here, and tonight we're doing something a bit different because I've got to get out filming. We've come out to the farmland, which is just around my apartment. I've done a couple of walks around here already. Excuse me for blinding you. And all I want to do is just take a look around and see what wildlife we've got around. Just video filming, and I'll do the audio overlay afterwards. I try not to freak out the wildlife by trying to do commentary at the same time. So whatever we bump into, now you might also hear behind me, there seems to be quite a few frogs out tonight. It's been a bit damp recently, and there's lots of fields here with that grow vegetables and stuff like that. So there's a lot of mud and a lot of dampness around. So we're definitely going to bump into some frogs, and hopefully, fingers crossed, where there are frogs, there are frog eaters. So without further ado, let's get walking around this area and see what we can bump into. It's going to be awesome. One of the first things I came across was this funky little gecko. It didn't hang around for too long, but they never do. Dragonflies, I noted a few of these just hanging out on sticks, chilling out at the night, in the night hours, but then that allows you to get pretty close up to them, play around with the light. What an apt name for this critter. This is the Japanese longhorn beetle, and you can see how long those horns are. This is only a baby. They can get up to a couple of inches long indeed, but this guy was tiny, probably about half an inch long, but with massive antlers. Land crabs of all description, pretty much everywhere. Always hear the bushes rustling. And this guy, this is a white-jawed frog, plenty of these in the area. They can easily get confused with another species of frog, the Okinawa tip-nosed frog. A huntsman spider. Now these guys come in all shapes and sizes, and you'll often find them in your house, but keep them in the house even though you may hate spiders, because they eat the mosquitoes. A natural bug repellent. And these guys sped up for the camera. Snails are absolutely everywhere, all over the flowers, gorging on the buds, and even almost running over this little caterpillar. But this guy is not so small, probably about an inch and a half, whereas this one was a monster, probably about 2 inches, 3 inches long. Same as this guy. Lots and lots of caterpillar around at the moment, getting ready for spring, when forth will come the butterflies. Moths also take a break, hanging out on this flower. And a Ryukyu green snake. It was interesting because he was using the folds in this farmer's protective hessian as a means of getting between the fields. Didn't hang around for long though, unfortunately. But this black hessian was home to a lot of critters, geckos, spiders. And even a praying mantis. This guy, not very big, probably about 4 inches I guess, but cute nonetheless, giving me the stink eye. Now this guy is an Asian grass frog, and you notice earlier on that we had the white-jawed frog, this guy here hanging out on the tree. Now they do both hang out in water, but I didn't expect to see both of them hanging out in a very compromising position. Maybe going for a little bit of cross-species spawning. I don't know the name of this butterfly, but saw him the other night just hanging out. Beautiful little critter. And here is yet another caterpillar, rounding out the night with the lights of Cadena in the background. Who'd have thought it, eh? How much wildlife on my doorstep. And those frogs? Freaky. But it just goes to show, you know, you don't have to go jetting off halfway around the world to look for wildlife when it's right under your nose. And I guess the whole thing with this is to just try and instill a desire, as it were, for people to reconnect with nature now that restrictions are starting to slacken off around the world. Get out there and see what's around you. You know, get to appreciate the natural world and in your immediate vicinity as well. If you still can't travel overseas, there's plenty to see a lot closer than you'd think. It's just a matter of spending time waiting. If at first, you know, you get to an area and you think, there's nothing here, sit and wait. Watch it for 10 minutes and you'll start to see all the little things. And then all of a sudden, when you get into the habit of looking within that immediate area, you'll realize that you are absolutely surrounded by very cool critters. So get out there, give it a try. Let me know how you get on. Other than that, as normal, I've got to say a big thank you for including my channel in your YouTube viewing array. I very much appreciate your patronage and your visits. Keep them coming. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's just down there. Hit the little notifications bell and you'll be updated as and when new content is available from yours truly. The other thing as well, very quickly, I just wanted to note that I have just started a Patreon page for my wildlife endeavours, as this one. Now, I was for 17 years a wildlife cameraman, predominantly underwater, but that transitioned also into terrestrial wildlife. And you'd have noticed that the majority of my YouTube content generally tends to focus around landscape imaging and camera settings and editing and all that kind of stuff. But I want to connect a little bit more with nature, and because we're in such an incredible place here in Okinawa to do just that. So hopefully over the next coming times there'll be a bit more content like this from different areas all around initially this island, and if it's popular enough, then from around Okinawa Prefecture as a whole, because there are some absolutely incredible locations here. And I'm hoping also to be able to add the underwater realm into that content. Okay, I haven't said 100% yet, but I'm looking into the options for how I can include that, whether it be from snorkeling, scuba diving, etc, etc. But there will be a lot more varied content with regards to imaging in the realm that I'm used to, with regards to wildlife, underwater and marine themed. So keep them peeled, there's whole bunches of really cool stuff to come. I will catch up with you very soon, but until next time, take care, be well, all the best. Snake!